What's up? It's Marco, Sage of Soccer, and today I'll be talking about the US men's national team U20 team's 2-1 loss to Mexico in the Revelations Cup. And before I get into this, sorry, I got my wisdom teeth pulled a couple of days ago. I'm struggling talking right now, and man, I'm swelled up. You can kind of see that. But yeah, getting into the game, it was a pretty poor game. Just objectively, it was raining really hard. All the goals were kind of mistakes rather than you know really good moments, but I think there's a lot to talk about. I think there's a lot to be excited about from an individual perspective for the American squad. And I saw a lot of growth in this team that I think is very good. However, just as a team, wasn't the best. The goals were both individual mistakes. Diego Luna had a giveaway, and then Paxton Aronson fouled a guy. He thought he was fouled, and then retaliated right outside the box to give away a really good free kick for the Mexican team to put away. Those mistakes were both punished with goals, and then we scored on a really weird penalty where there was kind of a goal line scramble, and the Mexican player picked up the ball. If the commentary it wasn't in Spanish, I might be able to explain that a little bit better, but it was just a weird situation. It was just a CONCACAF game. It was pretty physical, pouring rain. It's good to get used to these type of games at a youth level, especially in a game that, I want to win, but it's a tournament that didn't exist until a year ago. It's the Revelations Cup. We can afford to drop these games. I thought as a team we were actually better than Mexico. Their goals were mistakes, and I thought that they weren't able to build through our press, and we were making a lot of chances happen. We were getting a lot of good opportunities to score. Quinn Sullivan was looking really dangerous. Every attacker had at least one good moment, and I thought that we were the better team this game. And maybe Mexico did go up a bit, so they would have, if they were just going for the win and they played defensively. You can't judge them too much on that. But I think we were the better side, and we deserved we could have won on a different day. I think if conditions were better, we would have. But hey, they had a good game. Christian Torres, a player who's eligible for the American team, got a goal for them. So, give them their props, but I think this is a pretty good performance for us. On to the individual players, starting with the positives, we have Quinn Sullivan. I mentioned him before. He was looking really dangerous throughout the game. Created a couple of good chances, one in particular where he just put the ball on the plate for Paxton, and I think that was the weather that screwed up that goal. But just looking dangerous throughout the entire game. I thought technically he was combining very well. It's something that I think he's good at, but can be a bit inconsistent at times. He was looking very good throughout this entire game. And I thought that Caleb Wiley, Daniel Edelman, they've really showed a lot of growth since the last Revelations Cup, and I think they've all looked very good. Going to Wiley, I was offering a lot going forward. Some really good technical moments. He had one chipped pass I really liked. I thought that he was playing 1-2s well, doing well going forward, had a couple good defensive moments. Honestly, looked a bit better than Jonathan Gomez did last game. But looked like a very strong player who I'm going to be excited to see a lot more of, because he's still a very young 2004 player. He's only going to be getting better. Hopefully he can play a lot more with Atlanta next season. And then Daniel Edelman, I mentioned him before, but he had a couple of moments in the last game where it's oh, okay, those are some good technical, a good amount of technical ability that I wasn't sure he had. And I just kind of okay, I have to see it again to be sure. And yeah, he showed those qualities again. I think he's improved a very good bit. He's gotten a bit more time in the first team with New York Red Bulls, and I think he's looking like a very strong player. His technical ability has definitely taken a step up. Defensive work has been there. I said before this tournament that I would have liked to see him he was a very well-rounded player. I wanted him to see him take a big step up in one or two things, and I think he has. Daniel Edelman has looked very good this tournament, in my opinion, and I'm pretty excited about him moving forward. He's looking a lot better. And while we're at it, two substitutes that came off the bench. Jack McGlynn, I thought that he was playing well. He was given a lot of time this game because Mexico was playing very defensively, but I thought that he looked pretty strong. Just making some good passes, that's what he does. He knows his role, and he was doing it very well. And Brian Gutierrez was doing pretty well, I guess. He didn't have too many very impactful moments, but when he got on the ball, he was trying to make something happen. And I think that he was doing very well today. So next we got also with Brian Gutierrez, he just kind of carries himself well. do you know what I mean? Like, just kind of like, just today, I felt like he had like a good swagger with him. I don't really know how to explain it, but I thought he was looking good. Then on to some other players. I thought we were playing pretty well. Marcus Furcanis and Jalen Neal were fine. Now they're at fault for a goal. I don't think any of them were particularly impressive today, but hey, that's not a bad thing as a center back. Would like to see them be a bit better on the ball eventually, but they're still young players, still growing. And will be interesting to see if we do end up replacing them with like a Winder or a Kobe Henry coming in, but still, they did a fine job. Chris Brady, he couldn't do anything about the goals. He had one really nice save on a Mexican breakaway. I think he's kind of like Matt Turner. Like, his feet are a bit of an issue. Hopefully he'll be able to get better at it, but very good shot stopping. Kevin Paredes, like a lot of our attackers, had like one or two good moments, but he wasn't really able to show it that much. I think he should have been played on the right-hand side today, so he could have cut in onto his left foot. And, like, we're not going to be crossing into Paxton Aronson, but I thought that he had a pretty, like, you could see some good moments. Like, you see the talent in him, but he could have done a lot more today. Then, again, no real bad performances, in my opinion. Mauricio Cuevas had a couple good moments defensively, but I think he could have been a bit better going forward. Again, like, it's really bad conditions. You can't fault it too much, but I would have liked to see a bit more from him. But honestly, just overall, it's really good to see him back on the field. I was thinking he might be out the entire tournament with that hand injury. Alejandro Alvarado, he was like really not dealing with the rain well. I think he had a couple of pretty bad slips, including one that probably should have been a goal. But you'd argue that he was probably fouled on that play, though. But I don't know. I don't think he's been making the impact that he has in the previous tournaments. But again, like, it is what it is with this game. Like, you can't fault him too much. Paxton Aronson, similarly, didn't really make the impact that you would have liked him to. But he's not a 9. And, like, he gave away a foul for that goal. Oh, it was immature. He's 18, whatever. I would like to see him in the midfield a bit more. This team could really use a Ricardo Pepi up top, and I think Ricardo Pepi should have been here in this tournament. Like, there's no argument for him being in the senior team right now. But he's still a very promising player. Would probably be the best player on this team, so it's not like I'm against him. But he really should be with the youth team at the moment. But yeah, I would like to see Aronson in the midfield a bit more going forward. And Diego Luna, I don't think he's been at his best this tournament. He scored a penalty, though, which is good, but he was making a lot of mistakes, a mistake that led to a giveaway. He was giving the ball away a lot. He's still making a lot of positive plays, and he is, like, doing well for us. Like, he's having a lot of good moments, but it's kind of like he doesn't have a great batting average, I guess. Like, and I like it when players are being creative, but this team has that creativity, and when you're making mistakes like that and just giving the ball away constantly, it's not really helping things. So I'd like to see him, I don't know, like, chill out a bit, I guess. No, but that is Luna as a player. But I don't know. He kind of needs to contain himself a little bit more, I guess. It's hard to say right now. I'm on like 3 different painkillers. Talked about the bench players. Jefferson Hopkins and Jonathan Gomez also came on. I think we probably should have brought like a real striker into this. Like, even if like you had to take somebody out of the team, like, I'd take, like, just to help the formation. Like, we have some pretty good college strikers in the NCAA. Maybe take like a Damian Downs or a Malik Sanogo from Germany, even though they're young, or even call up like a 2005 guy like a Marcus Zambrano Delgado or something like that. I think it really could have helped this team. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Had a couple good individual performances, and I thought the team was playing pretty well, but didn't get the win. But it's a youth tournament; it doesn't really matter. Mexico, they similar to us, they had some good individual performances, but I like taking their chances, scoring a really nice free kick. But I can't really say that I was that impressed by them. Like, and though this isn't the strongest Mexico team, there's no Antonio Leone, you don't see a Marcelo Flores. But, I don't know, could have, like, it wasn't like last year where I felt like they were clearly better than us. I think we could have won this game on another day. And yeah, so my thoughts on the team, a couple of really good performances, excited about a lot of these players. I'll talk about it now. See ya.